All right. How's everyone doing? I'm Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out my channel. So, what I want to get into today is something I'm calling You Don't Realize All the Physical Gifts That You Were Given. So, I've done a video in the past regarding people not realizing how athletic they really are or how athletic they can really be, because a lot of people, I think, were growing up or may have been in an environment where they were told they weren't strong, they weren't in shape, they were either too fat, too thin, all these different types of things, and never realized that in reality they have incredible genetics, or that they can do things that they never realized they can do when it comes to exercising, or just getting in shape, or building strength and muscle. And I realized this, especially over the years, because I have a lot of friends that ended up getting a lot more physical or doing a lot more things physically related in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, which included doing marathons, Tough Mudders. They do a lot of cycling, swimming, a lot of things. Some became yoga instructors, Pilates instructors, and all these different types of things. But today what I want to talk about, something similar, is a lot of people don't realize all the gifts they have that they offer to themselves physically. If you've never worked out before, or maybe you've worked out and you've quit, or maybe you just never took an interest in it, but you always wanted to, the one thing I think people don't realize is looking at their body and realizing all the strengths they have. Now, like a lot of people, you're going to have strengths and weaknesses, no matter who you are. I don't give a shit. I mean, some people are incredible physical specimens. A lot of professional athletes are collegiate, even high school. And I gotta say, I was pretty fortunate. I had really incredible genetics. But for a lot of people who never worked out before, or who have worked out and quit, or really never took an interest in working out or any of these type of things, they don't necessarily know how gifted they could be, or that they are. Now, a lot of people may be a lot stronger than they even realize. And again, that could be because people were telling you were not strong, or maybe you just didn't feel strong. Or maybe people were telling you certain things that just made you literally feel like a piece of shit. But I'm here to tell you, I don't care who you are. I can assure you, you have gifts. You may have things that you don't even realize, and the only way you're really gonna ever figure that out is by learning how to work out, either in or out of a gym. That's if you're interested in it. Now, I know a lot of people get scared when it comes to first thinking about working out, because one thing is it changes their identity. The other thing is, I think they're afraid they're going to go to a gym or start working out, again, where people make fun of them, or they look or feel weak, or they're not going to get the results they want, or they're just depressed on how they feel and look at that very moment. But I'm here again to tell you, put all the bullshit aside. You're going to have to learn to, one, take the first step working out, and two is learning that it's a long-term game. And for you to get gains in anything is going to take time. I think I see this a lot with people trying to go into the gym, and they're either very intimidated, they're scared, all those type of things, and I get it 100%. But if you really are interested in, getting in better shape, getting stronger, losing weight, you're just going to have to get over that fear and just start doing something. And as time goes on, you're going to really start seeing results. And you're going to be shocked, because I don't even think a lot of people realize how, from a physical standpoint, like for instance, how strong their legs are, how strong their back may be, how strong their arms may be after working out for a substantial amount of time. And I was one of those kids. I was a runt. They used to call me pee-pee arms. I've talked about it before. They used to call me string bean, the shrimp, bird legs, all these type of things. So I get it. But I knew I was a lot stronger than most kids my age, because I played a lot of sports. But I definitely wasn't stronger than all the big kids, but I wanted to be. But nonetheless, you have gifts. I promise you, you have strength inside of you. You could probably do a lot of amazing things. You don't realize it. You also need to experiment and figure out what those gifts are. It may not be in weightlifting. It may be in running. It may be in cycling. It may be in surfing. It may be in yoga. It may be whatever it is. And here's the thing, the only way you're going to really ever figure that out is by taking the first steps of working out, figuring out what your strengths are from top to bottom, also learning what your weaknesses are. A lot of people think just because they're not very coordinated, or they didn't excel in athletics, or they weren't really, they didn't get quick results, or again, forget all that shit. Especially if you're older, you have to realize, and I've said this in the other videos, you have evolved into an adult. Your genetics as an adult are entirely different as when you were a kid. So if you may have been the weakest kid in class, people may have thought you were a nerd, you were a geek, whatever the case may be, I can assure you, most likely, as an adult, you are much stronger, and you are just an entirely different person in general, mentally and physically. That goes for men and women. So do not get caught up in the past. So anyways, I just wanted to do a video on this because when I look at people, a lot of times, when I was younger, I would look actually at all their weaknesses. And I don't know why, I think that was a form of insecurity. But now I get confronted by so many people doing workout videos and people talking about fitness. I always look at them and go, especially if they've never worked out or they're afraid, I'm like, you don't realize, look at you. You have great this or great that. You have great genetics. You just don't realize it. And even if they don't have great genetics, I can assure you we can find something that you can excel in physically. I don't know what that is, but it's for you to find out, but I can assure you, you are a lot stronger than you think you are on every level. All right? Don't forget that shit. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you want to check out my podcast, it's the Rich Celenza Show. WTF Are You Talking About? I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And do not get caught up with all the negativity or the flaws that you've been looking in the mirror and talking shit and saying you look this way, you look that way. It's time to get a different mindset and start looking at all the strengths and all the gifts that you've been given. All right? All right. Take care, and if you get a chance, subscribe.